All right, 3, 2, 1. Hey guys, welcome back to CheekzCast. We're live here at Eaze Dispensary for the grand opening, covering the grand opening, and we have a couple people here who are going to speak on the podcast. Here we have, what was your name?
My name's Gia.
Gia, nice to meet you. And you work for?
I work for the Lime Cannabis Company.
Wow, how do you like it?
It's amazing. It's the best job I ever had.
Wow, that's awesome. So what's your favorite product to smoke?
My favorite product to smoke, I prefer usually to smoke out of bongs. I prefer to smoke out of bongs. Lime has eighths that are pre-ground and they're infused with ice water hash. So I definitely like to use those as toppers on my bongs or if I'm rolling a joint. Because I don't smoke tobacco, so try to enhance the high however I can as naturally as possible.
That's super awesome. So bongs are your favorite way to smoke. Wow, the fucking airplane right now, you know? Like, I guess it makes sense. There's an airport right there. But where are you from?
I'm from LA.
Nice. And how did you get into the industry? Don't incriminate yourself.
Well, I guess since I was young, I think I've always been exposed to cannabis in the community. And so it was something that I was always interested in. And I guess as soon as I was able to incorporate that into my career or into being able to make money off of it, I had. And so, yeah, I've been working in cannabis ever since.
That's what's up. Were you working as like a bud tender or were you like distributing or trimming?
I've done a little bit of everything. So I have done some distribution, I have done some trimming, also some growing, and then I was a bud tender for a bit, and then now I'm a BA, a brand ambassador. So
That's awesome. What's like one of your most memorable times smoking weed?
damn.
Or while being high, at least.
Okay, this is a little PSA actually, 'cause this is a memorable time for me, but it's not exactly like a good memory. But
I'll go ahead and tell. We want it juicy.
right. So for a while I was living in Long Beach, and in Long Beach, usually on like 4th of July, like everybody would like go to this one specific beach and then just like turn up all day and stuff. And so me and my roommate at the time, we got like super hyped. We just woke up, started taking shots, drinking, whatever we get to the beach. We're smoking, having a good time. And then I go to In-N-Out by the traffic circle to like finally eat something. And one of my friends pulls up and they have a huge bong in their car and they're like, hey, like, do you want a hit of this? I'm like, fuck yeah, I want a hit of this, right? So I take a hit of their bong. Fat hit. I have iron lungs, just saying. But I didn't realize that they had put like half tobacco in the bong. It's called a chop when you like mix a bong with like weed and tobacco. Anyway, so I hit that and then I was feeling kind of fucked up. Like I hadn't drinking any water, eaten any food since then. It'd been like a few hours and I was like drinking and smoking. And then I get out of their car and I start to feel kind of woozy. And then one of my other friends is like, oh, hey, G, like, what's up? Like, I got a bong in my car. Like, you want to take a hit? I was like, yo, I just took a hit of this dude's bong and like, I'm feeling woozy. And then she was like, it's because he has tobacco. Like, I have stuff is just weed. Like, you'll feel better.
You're like, what? Tobacco? You're like, oh, shit.
Yeah, so then I take a hit out of her bong, and it was just weed, and I thought I felt better. I was like, okay, cool. Like, now I'm going to go into In-N-Out, and I'm going to eat some food. But when I get in there, I'm sitting down at the table, and I'm like, wait, I'm not hungry anymore. And then my friend's like, probably because you took that chop, like, you know, like, it probably fucks with you. And then I'm like, okay, like, me and my roommate, we're just going to go back to the beach then, because, like, we're not going to eat. And so I get up out of my chair, and when I get up out of my chair, my vision starts to blur. Like, my vision literally starts to, like, go away. Like, I get black spots in front of my eyes, and I'm, like, walking, and I'm all slow. I'm like, whoa, like, what's going on? And then I walk out of In-N-Out, and by the time I'm, like, outside of the building, I can't see anything. I'm fucking blind. And I'm, like, telling my roommate, like, Maddie, I can't see. Like, I can't see. And she's like, shut the fuck up, bitch. Like, let's go to the beach. I'm like, no, like, I legit cannot see. And then, like, she had to help me get into her car, and we had to drive back to our house, which was close by. And then she had to throw me into a cold shower until my vision, like, came back.
Oh, my God. This shit was laced with something else. That's what it sounds like. Jesus Christ. Did your vision finally come back?
Oh, yeah. After, like, 5 minutes, it came back. Like, me being blind at In-N-Out and then the ride there. Once I, like, kind of, like, got into the cold shower, like, I was slowly starting to regain my vision. But I think that was probably because I like hadn't drinking any water and I hadn't eaten anything. And then I think just adding that tobacco, which I don't usually smoke, and I took a big hit and all that, it was just a really bad combination. So little PSA to people, like if you want to go big or go home, like make sure that you are hydrated and that you eat beforehand. Because although I still had a fun time, I went out later that night. Was like, holy shit, I was blind.
You were a wild child. That's crazy. It's crazy that you rebounded and came back. That went out the night after. That's fucking crazy. No, really? Oh my God, they dragged your ass out of there, huh? So where'd you go after that?
We were just doing random shit, going around. I was living in East Side Long Beach around then, so it was kind of also close to the airport, and there was this like little spot that we would go where you could like see the planes take off. No one was really around there, and like that parking lot, so like fucking around and whatever, and then just like go out to like a house party or something.
That's what's up. Sounds like a fun time in Long Beach. Is there anything you want to plug or anything you want to say you got going on or anything?
Well, weed-related stuff. Okay, so this is not... It has nothing to do with the company that I work for, Lime. So I don't even know I'm about to shout these people out. Or I guess, just showing love to all the brands, But I was talking to the rep from Presidential, and they told me something that I didn't know about Presidential, which I thought was super cool, which is that they infuse their weed, their flower, with distillate, like, as it's growing. So, like, their weed has distillate in it. It's like wax growing into the weed, like, as it's budding and stuff, to just make it that much more potent. And then they use that to create their moon rocks, because they have, like, a moon rock line. And I didn't know that until today when I talked to the rep, and I just thought that was super cool, because I don't think anybody else is doing that. So it definitely makes sense why they call themselves, like, the world's strongest, like, because, I mean, yeah, that their shit's got to be pretty strong if they're doing that. So
No, that should have definitely punched you in the face. Have you ever taken edibles?
Yes, I have taken edibles many times. There's been a lot of good times, been a couple bad times, but I always come back to it. So.
I always feel like edibles, that's how it's going to be. You're either going to have a really good time or a bad time. So tell me, like, one of your most memorable edible stories, because I feel like those are always the best, because it's just like a rush of just like, oh, shit, this is not good, So if you give me your best edible story.
My best edible story, damn, okay. I think, my first time taking an edible was kind of crazy. I was actually in high school, but one of my friends had, like, an edible brownie. And I don't even remember what, like, the milligram dosage was on that, like, but I didn't really know anything about edibles, and I was hungry, so I just ate the whole brownie. And this was, like, right before I was, like, walking into school, and, like, I just took it, like, across the street, and then I'm, like, walking onto campus, and then, like, I'm trying to get into class, and out of nowhere, like, it just fucking smacks me. Like, I'm looking around, and then things are, like, my, like, depth of view, I guess you could say, was, like, so off. Like, there were cars in the distance that I thought were, like, right in my face, and they, like, weren't, and I was, like, walking around, like, tripping out. And then I couldn't even remember where my classes were, and I, like, needed my friend to help me, like, figure it out. Sitting in class, and then my teacher's like, are you okay? Like, you look kind of sick. I'm like, yeah, I'm just tired. I'm just like, oh my fucking God, like, why did I do this? But then, like, I honestly, like, even though it was pretty crazy that, like, I had never, like, felt that amount of, like, distortion in my reality, it was honestly, like, pretty fun. And then so I kind of, like, ventured more deeply into edibles after that, and then, like, started taking more. And not until, like, a few years ago did I really become more proactive about my dosing, just because, like, cannabis has been kind of like a taboo thing for a while, and only, like, recently, or, like, in the last couple years, have they really started, like measuring things out, or being more precise, or educating people more about, like, consumption and, like, just the whole, like, process. So
Yeah, the stigma's definitely being lifted too. I feel like more people, because I see a lot of demographic around Orange County is definitely like older, higher income people. Definitely, at least around here, that's what the customers are. So it's just nice to see that, like, obviously it trickles down, higher income people like it. That means it's going to be okay for everyone else, because they kind of, with money comes power, and they kind of make the laws and stuff like that. But I'm going to have other people on here, and I would love to keep you on here, but It's nice meeting you, and thanks for coming on. And if you want to subscribe to Cheeks Productions, it'll basically all this the stories you told and all that will be on there. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me, and I'm definitely going to subscribe, and, I hope to see more stuff from you guys in the future.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thanks again. All right. Back at it again. I have a new guest here right now. It's going to be, what's your name? We actually interviewed you earlier.
What up, Fabian?
How you doing today, Fabian?
Pretty good, chilling.
We interviewed you for Select. How do you like it there?
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked, man. I've just been enjoying it, cruising. Everybody I work with is cool. All the shops I'm in, pretty cool.
So we've been working with. So you've been working with Select. What actually got you into the cannabis industry? Did you start with Select or before that?
No, I actually started back in the trap days. I started as a trimmer in a warehouse in Anaheim, and from there, kind of just worked my way bud tending at one of the traps. We got rolled, and then I started bud tending in the Inland Empire, and then from there I just went on to legal shops, brand ambassading, and here I am now.
That's what's up. Glad to have you. What's your favorite part about the cannabis industry?
Smoking weed.
Obviously, right? What's your favorite way of smoking?
I prefer flower, usually rolling or a good bong rip in the morning.
That's what's up. A good bomb rip's always nice. That's cool, though. Fuck. Give me a sec, bro. Oh, yeah, so like a nice bong rip is always nice. So what did you like one of your most memorable times actually smoking weed?
I would probably say Emerald Cup, 2018. Probably because I worked it. I saw Frenchie Cannoli, which was fucking badass because I'm a huge Hash fan. And that was right before he passed. Rest in peace. And I'd say probably that. That was my first day on the job with Flocana.
Who is that?
It's one of the cannabis companies, a distro from up north.
You said Frenchie Cannoli, though?
Yeah, Frenchie Cannoli, he's like godfather of hash, man.
What is hash for everybody who doesn't know?
So it's old school solventless concentrate, man. You can make it from anything like water hash, or you can just make it from pressed keef.
Nice. So you said the Emerald Cup. You got to meet Frenchie Cannoli and stuff like that. Were you able to do anything like? What other things? Like, what's your most memorable? Like, what happened there exactly that made it the most memorable thing?
That pretty much started my cannabis career in the back end, brand ambassading. So I kind of steered away from the shops and started working marketing and sales teams.
That's what's up, man. Marketing and sales, that like kind of up your alley. When I was talking to you earlier, you seemed very knowledgeable about what was going on, especially in the industry and just like about the cannabis plant itself.
Yeah, I've been around the plant for a while. I would say probably on the consumption and sales and marketing side, I'm a little more proficient, but the growing, I'm starting to learn more and more.
That's what's up. On the growing side, do you actually grow yourself?
Right now, I'm not. I just moved into a new house, so it was a little late. I like growing outdoor.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I haven't grown indoor. I'm just not into it. I like the whole watching the plant just do its natural thing in nature. And I usually prefer in the ground, too.
Do you actually smoke more outdoor weed than you do indoor?
Yeah. Shout out to Farmer and the Felon.
Farmers and felons?
Farmer and the Felon.
Farmer and the Felon. So what's your favorite type of weed to smoke? Indica, sativa, or for just a favorite strain?
Oh, usually something. If I can get something fruity or lemony, that's up my alley. I like to be up. If I'm gonna just kind of just chill, I would say something a little gassy and earthy, so like an OG.
That's sick. So what's your favorite strain?
XJ13.
Damn, that's a good one. I know Presidential makes the Moon Rocks, and the Moon Rocks are fucking gas. But what's your when was the first time you actually smoked XJ, and what was it like? What made it be like, okay, this is the best shit ever?
Probably 5 or 6 years ago. First time I smoked it, this was it. I smoked it. It was that giggly, happy, like up sativa, but I had no anxiety, no paranoia. Nothing. I was just chilling, smiling, kind of that Bob Marley high.
Hey, that's what's up. Everything's going to be all right. So do you do anything except outside of cannabis?
Surf every day.
That's what's up. Where's your favorite beach to surf at?
San Onofre.
That's up by Oceanside, right? Or right before Camp Pendleton?
Yeah, right there. Right.
That's awesome. It's really rocky out there.
And Sharky.
And sharky. So you like the danger.
Yes, sir.
That's what's up. Living on the edge. You smoke while you actually surf?
And I eat mushrooms.
God damn, dude. This guy's wild. All right. I don't think I'd be able to stand after that. That's awesome, man. Is there anything you want to talk about or want to plug up in here? No? That's cool. That's cool. Well, I got to get some other people out here, my man. Thanks for coming on, and I appreciate you being on here, brother. And he works for Select, and you'll probably see him in some shops around Santa Ana. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, buy our stuff.
That's what's up. Thanks, man. Hot topics. Okay, I'm here with one of my colleagues, Jules, from Eaze Dispensary. How you doing, Jules?
Good. How are you?
Doing good. We've been working here together for about...
A year now?
We got hired about the same time, right? Yeah, about a year and a half. Well, I started a year and a half, and you were here about the same time. So basically, we went from Whedon to Eaze, right?
Yep, the transition.
So how's your journey here at Eaze been?
A windy road.
A windy road. That's a good way to explain it, huh?
Mm-hmm.
How was the transition for you?
A learning experience, for sure. And a test of my patience, but it was worth it.
Oh, definitely. And you actually moved up in the company from bud tender to lead, right?
Correct. Sales lead.
That's what's up. Moving on up in the world. You're here at the grand opening, and did you get a chance to walk around, meet all the vendors?
Yep, I met all the vendors, got some food and drinks and merch.
And merch? They gave you stuff?
A lot of merch, actually.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Damn, we got extra shirts now. Because I feel like my whole closet is just filled with cannabis products. Just cannabis apparel, right?
Apparel, pins, lanyards, pens, stickers.
They just give out shit all the time, right? So what's been your most memorable time here at Eaze?
Oh, at Eaze.
Or Whedon/Whedon. The whole shebang.
I would say 420 is an experience all in its own when it comes to working at a storefront selling weed.
It's almost like a
holiday.
It's almost like a holiday, yeah. It's crazy. And I remember the first one I was actually in, it was like a lines out the door. It's like it was Christmas.
Black Friday.
Black Friday, right? Oh my God. The deals were crazy. That's awesome. So being a cannabis user, what's your favorite phenotype to go to? Phenotype meaning indica or sativa?
Sativa all the way.
Sativa all the way. Wow. You don't hear a lot of people say sativa around here. Usually indica is the biggest thing in this sort of demographic. What draws you to the sativa so much?
I'm a sleepy person naturally, so I can't do indica, and I don't really deal with a lot of anxiety or anything like most people, so I feel like sativa is just meant for me.
It's meant for you?
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy. What's your favorite strain of sativa?
Quest by Source.
Wow, that's a popular one. We just saw the Source guy, and he said that's the most popular strain they got.
He said that's why he got the job. That's why he wanted to work there, which was Quest, which I understand 100%.
Well, he didn't tell us that, but what's your most memorable time smoking?
Most memorable time smoking. I smoked a 4-ounce backwood once.
4-ounce backwood?
Mm-hmm.
4 ounces.
4 ounces. I had to hold it with 2 hands.
So 28 grams times 4.
Yeah.
When one backwood.
One backwood. Well, it was a lot of backwoods put into one backwood.
But basically one big blunt.
Yep. One.
Oh my God! And how was that? How many people shared that?
A room of 25 people.
Okay, so it was an ounce per group, I guess.
Still had to carry it with 2 hands.
Oh my God. That's a experience in itself. Oh my gosh! So give me the lowdown on how this thing. Were you there when they rolled it?
I wasn't there when they rolled it. They just whipped it out. and started lighting it.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
that's crazy,
One of those things that you don't pass up if they pass it to you. So,
right? You just kind of like, okay, I'm down. Run it.
Jesus, take the wheel moment.
Oh my God, that's what it feels like. What? So when you hit it, like, did you instantly feel something?
Oh yeah, I was high for hours off that thing.
Oh my God,
I only hit it like a few times.
Jesus Christ. So where are they rolling things like this? Is this at like a cannabis store or something, or?
Usually secret sesh type places,
Okay.
smoking their own blunts around, selling weed, mushrooms, drugs, all that fun stuff.
That's crazy. I don't think I've ever been to a secret sesh, but those things sound gnarly. John Michael keeps telling me to come to him, and I'm just like, I don't know if I'm down, because I'm not a huge weed smoker or like edible taker. I almost don't do them at all, but yeah, exactly. And I heard it's just like a smoke-filled place.
Basically, everyone's just coughing. You see clouds everywhere. It's hot as hell.
Oh my God. So what did you do after that when you smoked that? Did you drive home, or did you just go to a party, or what happened?
We were at a hookah bar, actually.
Wow, so you mixed it with tobacco?
Yep. A whole lot of tobacco.
Did you feel like throwing up or anything?
No, I'm pretty used to mixing weed and other substances and things.
Wow, you're wild. Well, that's awesome. Thank you for sharing your most memorable moment. I know you got to get back to work now. Thanks for coming on, and I'll talk to you soon.
Sounds good. Thanks, my friend.
3, 2, 1. What's up? I'm here with one of the other Eaze employees, Mickey.
What's up, man? How you doing?
Doing good, man. How's everything?
So far so good. Just another day at work and wishing that I wasn't here.
Here for the big grand opening. How was it?
Not too grand, but we're open.
That's about the kind of mood that we're having right now. But did you get any of the vendor stuff, or did you get any food or anything like that?
I got a free lighter, a reusable lighter that I've been needing.
That's what it is. It's gold plated, right?
Yes, sir.
So when did you get hired at Eaze?
I started working here, I want to say August of 2020. It was kind of like in the height of the pandemic where, delivery drivers were really needed. And, been here since Sweden, transitioned from being a driver to inventory, and here we are.
That's what's up. That's good to hear. How did you feel about the whole transition?
Personally, about the transition, I had really high hopes, especially because there's a lot of ill feelings towards the old parent company. And the reason being is because there's a lot of stuff that they weren't doing in order to improve the store, improve just a lot of workflow, right? And, going into this, we're just like, it's a brand new, fresh slate. We're hoping that, we have some people who are going to be down to earth, more honest with us. And it just ended up kind of being a little bit of the same. And that's how it is right now, is that there's a really big disconnect because no one wants to hear out what we're trying to do or what we need or the resources that we need to accomplish that, So if anything, it's about the same as it is now. At least we have a majority of the old staff just sticking here together. And I think that's kind of the best part.
That's what's up. Camaraderie is the best cure for a transition like this, where actually corporate cannabis is actually starting to get involved now, which we're starting to see that not only a transition in our store but in just the whole industry in general. How do you feel about corporate cannabis?
I think there's a problem with corporate cannabis, right? Because everyone is trying to be, for lack of a better term, they're trying to be, the next Target or the next Walmart. They're trying to make it a fast and hot commodity. And, when you're going to a place like that where everything's corporate, everything's fast-paced, it's all about profits, and you miss a lot of things that, a small mom-and-pop dispensary is going to have, which is going to be, customer care. And that's something that we didn't have through and through, is that we had a lot of customer care. We had people came back for us, the bud tenders, for the drivers, and that's what kept them going. And we kind of don't have that anymore. We don't have anything. There's times where we don't have anything to sell, and there's times where we can't provide the best customer service because, you know, our work environment has been changing so much, and it's been changing in front of the people. And it's just like they see where it's heading, and they're not getting the equivalent care that they used to. And that's sad to say because that's going to start spreading around a lot more at a faster rate because all these mom and pop shops are starting to disappear because of corporate cannabis. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course, and that's what happens when anything goes corporate. It's always everything streamlined, and is production needs to be as efficient as possible. So what's one of your most memorable times here at Whedon/Eaze?
I think there's been so many times where just driving, man. There's a lot of shit that went on when I was driving. I've met millionaires. I've been to millionaires' houses. That's kind of like the best part. And I've been able to even have lunch and talk to a guy about how he makes his money, where he makes his money, and he kind of gave me a little bit of a guide on how to do that. It didn't necessarily teach me the ways, but he gave me the first how to get the first steps, like learning how to walk, and then I started running. Right. That's one of my most favorite memories was being able to just kind of confide in a stranger. You know, my best memories is being able to just relate and talk to the customers, get to know them more, have them be my regulars.
That's awesome here because, we didn't have that very strong customer service background. That's what we were really known for. That's why a lot of people came to us. Did you ever consider being a delivery driver for Eaze?
You know, at one point, I really did. I did consider being a delivery driver for Eaze. The reason being is I felt like the money would have been just as good, but after getting like a general consensus from current Eaze drivers, they were just like, yeah, the money's okay. I'm just like, do I really want to bust up my own car for okay money? Because the best part about Whedon was like we had our own fleet, we weren't paying for gas, and if the car fucks up, it's not our fault. If our car gets fucked up with Eaze, it's our fault. We got to take care of it. They're not gonna go out of their way to repair our car for us, and that's kind of like the worst part. That they pay for mileage, but that's not gonna make up for everything right now. Especially with gas prices so high right now, dude. There's like almost no point in doing that. So that's why I kind of shied away from being a delivery driver, just because I know the tips aren't going to be as good. And man, there's so many good opportunities to be a delivery driver elsewhere, or there's even other industries that you wouldn't think of that are paying way more than what we're doing right now.
Yeah, it's true. The opportunities are definitely higher, and cannabis is on the rise for sure. A lot of cities now here in Orange County, where Eaze is located, they're actually opening up to having dispensaries in their cities, which basically means that it's more money for the city because cannabis is so booming right now. What's your favorite way of consuming cannabis?
Lately, the way that I've been consuming, I mostly do like raw cones and flour, just normal joints, but I've been running it up on the King palm leaves, man. Those have been crazy good. The ones with the little like bead that you crush that makes it flavored when you smoke it. That shit has been super smooth because the palm leaf doesn't burn as fast. It's a smoother smoke. The smoke's not as hot, and it hits really, really well. And the best part is that it keeps well too. Because my thing is like when I smoke a pre-roll or a joint, I want it to keep well, because sometimes I'm not gonna finish that bitch in one sitting. You know what I mean? So sometimes I gotta put it out, make sure that's still smokable later. And King palm leaves and my flour. Normally I usually go for like good. Yeah. I usually smoke like more top shelf flower, so it's meant to be kept longer. I keep my pre-roll tubes. I put them back in the pre-roll tube just to keep them a little bit more fresh. And me and my girl have been really liking that because the wrap does help change the joint a lot more. You know what I mean? It's like a difference between a pre-roll and a blunt. And now there's like the King palm leaf. The King palm leaf is really dope, man.
What is one of your most memorable times actually smoking cannabis?
I think my most memorable time is when I was in New York. It was the first time I got crossfaded. And this wasn't intentional. Like, I wasn't going into this thing like, oh, yeah, I'm going to get crossed. Because what happened was we went out to dinner. I got me a nice drink. That bitch was called the Heart of Oaxaca. That fucked me up during. And, 2-3 hours later, I thought I was gravy. I thought I was good. So me, my girl, and two of my friends, Kevin and Bernie, what happened was we went back to our pad in New Jersey, and we were smoking. Me, Kevin, and my girlfriend, we were all smoking, and I was getting cross without knowing it, and we're like playing I believe Jackbox Party, and I just became like so much more funny. I was just like, I think I'm a funny guy as it is already, so I just started laughing at my jokes so hard to the point where I couldn't breathe. And then my girlfriend was nagging me on. She's like, smoke more. I was like, nah, I think I'm good. Bernie was with me. He was like, nah, I think he's good. And she's like, smoke more. And she brought me the joint. I was like, you motherfucker. So I smoked a little bit more. And we kept playing, man. I started, like, not blacking out, but my eyes were shut half of the time, and I was still laughing. And I was just like, most of it was just me kind of not blacking out, but just like my eyes were closed. I was seeing like shapes and shit. And then I got my ass up. I was like, all right, I gotta go lay down. So I dragged my ass to the bedroom, and I was just laying there on the bed chilling. My girl comes over. She gives me a glass of water, and right when that glass of water touches my lips, I had to Ralph. I fucking Olympic jumped over 2 suitcases just to make it to the toilet. I mean, hey, everything made it into the toilet. My friend Bernie comes over. He's like, damn, what the fuck? How'd you make it here? Your body just went into overdrive. It's like you have so much willpower to just make it to the toilet and not puke over everything. I was like, I can't puke on the sheets, man. I don't want to pay the cleaning fee. Not like this. He's like, I don't understand. How did you make it here? Normally, people would just puke on the side because Bernie's a huge partier. So it's for him to say that, I was just like, damn, dude. He's like, thanks, I guess. Shit.
That's crazy. Honestly, getting peer pressured by a girl, that's pretty common. I can remember a few times I've been peer pressured by, my girlfriend now, who just keeps telling me to smoke, and I'm just like, look, no, I'm going to have to tell you to stop. And then look what happens, you ended up yakking. But, that's such a great moment. But I'm trying to keep these interviews a little short. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for being on CheekzCast, and we're going to have you on soon to the actual podcast.
Yes, sir. I'll see you next time when we actually have a full-length podcast, man.
Sick. Thanks again, Mickey.